I think those terms are used interchangeably a lot. Receivership, power of sale. There's another one that I'm forgetting.
Foreclosure.
Yeah. What's happening there?
So we don't get involved in the power of sale and foreclosure processes. I can speak to them generally. The biggest distinction is in both cases, the lender or mortgagee is going to have a direct, tie and possession. Well, not necessarily, but in any event, they are going to be in control of the process as opposed to an independent court officer, right?
Got it.
And again, if it's a simple process, again, I'll just reference vacant land with no other encumbrances. There's very little, or at least as little as possible in terms of exposure. For, let's say, a power of sale where a mortgagee can just simply run a sale process. They get paid out, hopefully, and any excess would go back to whoever's second in line, third in line, et cetera. Foreclosure, they're actually taking direct possession and control of the property. I'm not a lawyer, but I believe there's a title transfer. I could be wrong on that point. But also, in any event, it's still the mortgagee in possession there. So the benefit of having someone like us come in as a receiver from a lender's perspective is you're putting a court officer, independent third party in there. There's a lot of, there's something called the model receivership order, which is used in all these proceedings across Ontario. And I think every province has a slightly different version. But it affords a lot of protections with respect to improvident sale of a property. So, if somebody disagrees, what that means is if somebody disagrees with the sale price you get, there's no recourse. It's all dealt with through the court process. And once the court issues an approval investing order for a property, nobody can come back 6 months, a year later and sue you for selling below market value, right? In a foreclosure or power of sale, that option may be on the table still.
And how is that option determined? Is that in your loan terms, or is it just that, often maybe the bigger guys choose to, they don't want any legal liabilities, any risk. So they go, let's go receivership.
That's part of it. Absolutely. I mean, every lender will have a different approach to this. Some lenders will say, we're happy to take that risk and have that exposure and deal with whatever may come. Others want zero exposure and it's worth it to them. I mean, look, as I said, the court officer is expensive, right, relative to the other enforcement options. It provides a lot of benefits, but it is a costly process. And you really have, the lenders have to consider with their counsel what makes sense in the circumstance, right? There's no one size fits all. And it is quite circumstantial as to what the best path is.
Gotcha.